What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Pod Day! Yeah! Woo! What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to the See.Plan.Do show with me, professional life coach, business coach, entrepreneur, Mr. Garry O'Neal Jr. And as always, if you see me out and about, if you see me out here in the streets getting some almond milk for my cereal, please don't forget the Junior. Shout out to Pops. Oh, welcome to another Power Pack podcast. Here we have today. All right, without further ado, please let me welcome everybody that's watching the show. Thank you. Shout out to everybody watching the show. Whether it's your first time, thank you for the first time listeners or watchers. Thank you for my day ones. Hey, thank you for my executive producers, my Patreon supporters, and of course, you. And hey, come here. You. All right. Welcome to the show. All right. So here, episode 18, entitled, Oh, for Real 2021, right? Where we're going to do a deep dive into just reviewing the last couple. Look, listen, 2021 is not even a teenager. All right. It's still a child and it's tripping. So we need to talk about that. The Appetizers. Oh, you already see it. You see the playoff shades. You hear and see now this is the playoff chain. Okay. You see the merch of the Ravens. So you know what that means. We're going to be talking about the Ravens. We're going to be talking about and my thoughts for 2020. We didn't even do that in the first episode of the new year. So I wanted to just do a deep dive into that. So again, welcome. First time listeners, YouTube watchers, anybody on whatever you're listening to on your favorite streaming platform. Hey man, buckle in. This is a great ride. So without further ado, let's jump right into your moment of the week. Your See.Plan.Do moment of the week is sponsored by Heart Savers Maryland, and it's entitled Cost. So right after this brief commercial message, we'll get right back to it. All right. So your See.Plan.Do moment of the week is entitled Cost. We talk about procrastination, right? And a lot of people say, well, I'm a procrastinator. First, let's erase that. And let's just say you experience procrastination, because I don't want you to label yourself something that's negative. All right. I don't want you to label yourself something that's negative. So if you have been a procrastinator, that doesn't mean that you are a procrastinator. It just means that you've been doing it and you experience it. So we're going to eliminate that. This is your season to end procrastination, because guess what? I want you to think about it like this. The cost of procrastination, when you procrastinate, the cost of procrastination, what you're giving up, what it costs, is the life you could have lived. I'm going to say it one more time. The cost of procrastination is the life that you could have lived. Think about all the things that right now, if you are experiencing procrastination, that you want to do certain things. You want to be better in your health and wealth. You want to be better in your finances. You want to do something. Guess what? Stop your procrastination, because I want you to think about, hey, man, I'm paying by me using procrastination, by me being a procrastinator. Here's what I'm giving up. The life you could have lived. All right, that is your Heart Savers Maryland See.Plan.Do moment of the week. All right, so let's just jump right into our Green Light Entertainment song of the week. I know YouTube listeners, I know you look forward to this, but guess what? YouTube listeners, if you're watching this, you know that, hey, YouTube is not trying to hear that. So in the details below, you can know what the song of the week was, as well as the intro song. If you only watch me from YouTube, I have every week I have an intro song and I have a song of the week. So make sure you check that out. So right after this commercial break, we're going to jump right into our Greenlight Entertainment song of the week. All right. That was your song of the week. That's a really fire song, man. That's one of my favorite songs. I feel like we need that. So Here, season 3, episode 18, entitled, Oh, for Real 2021. All right, so let's just jump right into. I know we're moving full steam ahead because I feel great, man. I feel good. And you know why I feel good? Not because the Ravens have won, just because I feel good. All right. Happiness. Let me drop. See, I shouldn't wait, but I'm going to drop this on you right now. Happiness is not the result of favorable conditions. Favorable conditions come from the result of being happy. There you go. So just simply be happy. Just be happy. Matter of fact, I've talked about that on a previous episode, maybe season 1. I want to talk about being happy. Do you want to be happy? So check that episode out about being happy if you feel like right now you're not happy. All right. So your appetizer. Let me tell you something, guys. I look to drop these episodes, for my special Patreon viewers, they got this early. And I make sure that they get this early. Usually I drop this episode for my Patreon viewers. And again, if you want to be supportive of this show, hey, be a Patreon supporter. Outside of liking, sharing, subscribing, that's free. Guess what? First thing I want you to do is like, share, and subscribe. Talk about this show. Talk about these episodes, right? Like, share, subscribe, right? Follow me on all social media platforms. Let me know what's up. Let me know how I'm doing, right? Right? So guess what? Now, so Patreon viewers, they support the show, right? They support the show by donating a couple of dollars a month. They support this show. They get all these things. Patreon viewers, watch what happens next episode. Watch I'm going to be dropping a lot more content for those special Patreon viewers. So I want you to make sure that, guess what? If you want to support the show, you love this show, guess what? Hey, be a Patreon supporter. Now, with that being said, I like to drop the episode, and this episode, usually I like to drop right after the Ravens game. All right, just a little behind, taking you behind the scenes. And so, guess what? I had to wait. Oh no. I had to wait because I knew my Ravens won, but I wanted to see who else would win or lose. So without further ado, you see the playoff glasses, okay? You know why I wear these? Because I don't need a team who did not make the playoffs or who are out of the playoffs right now looking at me directly. That's why I wear these. I got to block you, baby. These are my blockers. You see the chain. You see the drip. Now, again, for people who watch this show, shout out to you. You know I love you. You know I care for you. I just want you to know that since Garry O'Neal Jr., the official, non-official life motivational speaker coach of the Ravens, and this is facts, since I have worn this hoodie, this Ravens hoodie, it's not even official merch that you can get from Malone-Congratulations.com. It's not even my official merch. They were losing when I put this hoodie on. They were losing when I put this chain on. And I just want you to know, if you're just watching this for the first time, for people who already know, that since I have worn this hoodie and since I have worn this chain, the Ravens are undefeated. Come on, man! You need a life coach like this in your life. That's there when you're losing. We inject this. They needed some vitamin G. So, let's get to it. Hey, Ravens fans. The Ravens took care of business and beat the Titans last night. Took care of them. Guess what? Once, twice. They beat us 2 times. Not this third time. Not this time. Hey, King Henry. Oh, what king? Is that your king? Because last time I saw last night, only got 18 yards, 40 yards. This man ran 2,000 yards. That's a lot for people to watch football. Not last night. Not last night. See, sometimes you gotta say, you know what have I learned? And no. So the Ravens took care of business, beat the Titans, and now they're gonna play the Bills. So like I was saying, I usually drop this show for my Patreon viewers on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. But I had to wait because the Steelers were playing. And they played the Browns, and I wanted to see who would win that game. Well, when I turned the TV on, the Steelers had not scored, and the Browns were whipping them 27-0. Then later on, I swear I thought the Cleveland Browns were going to pull a Cleveland Brown and mess up the game because the Steelers came back. But the Steelers have been eliminated. So today, if you are a Ravens fan, if you're walking around, you see a Steelers fan, you know they're having a tough day. They're having a rough morning. They're going to have a rough week. Okay? When you see a Steelers fan, especially if you live in Baltimore, please tell them, pull your mask up, shorty, because they out of there. They out of there. Pull your mask up, shorty. You out. Matter of fact, Ravens fans, let us pull our mask up because they crying out here. Okay? It is going to be a lot of call-outs this week. It is going to be a lot of upset people. Okay? So just Ravens fans, you see it. You hear it. Taste it. Woo! You know what that is? That's victory. That's victory. Okay? So shout out to my Ravens, man. Shout out. My whole rant about that. That was funny. Shout out to my Ravens for taking care of business, man. You know, shedding that narrative. Oh, Lamar can't get to the playoffs. Well, he's here now. What's up? In here. Playoff win underneath the belt. Now we go to the Bills. Let's take care of that. And let me tell you something, guys. The Ravens get to the Super Bowl. You see they're in the playoffs. First off, you see that I got the sweatshirt, got the hoodie. I got the hoodie on, got the drip. When they got to the playoffs, put these on. When they beat the Bills, watch what happens. Watch the progression of the See.Plan.Do show partnering with the Baltimore Ravens. Well, official, unofficial partner of the Baltimore Ravens. All right, that is my take. I can take these off now, yeah, because I'm old. All right, that is my take on the Ravens winning, Steelers losing. It was a quiet time on the internet yesterday. Quiet. Let me tell you how quiet I was able to look and search for things. It was quick. Being able to make comments on social media, quick. It wasn't no traffic because guess what? Steelers fans went to bed. So shout out to everybody. So shout out to your team. If your team made the playoffs, please thumbs up on YouTube. Thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. If your team lost, guess what, man? Like, share, subscribe as well so you can see what winning looks like. Take a screenshot. This is what winning looks like, baby. All right, moving on. Woo! All right, so let's get to my other appetizer today was going to be my 2020 thoughts. So last week I didn't do it, but I really just wanted to just drop one thing, man. We went through a tumultuous time last year. A lot of things happening, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, things happen. And so, my take on that is we just have to adjust, adapt, and move forward. There are some things that have happened, if your family was affected by COVID, you're in my prayers. If you were affected by COVID, you're in my prayers. If you were affected by any type of tragedy in 2021, you are in my thoughts and prayers all the time. And so one of the things that I got is that, man, we always talk about today is not promised. These things are not promised. And I don't know about you, but if last year did not put that into your head that things are not promised, things are not guaranteed, I don't know what else will. The world stopped 2020. And so, while it was at times tragic, we did see a lot of great things. I'm pretty sure if you're like me, you were able to connect with your family a little bit more, connect with your family, your friends a little bit more, be innovative if you're an entrepreneur, take time for yourself. It just seems to me like the world was just in a big time out. Things are happening, So I just want you to let's not let 2020 come and go in vain, right? Let's let it go and let's learn from it, just like any lesson where you're sort of punished. Like my son, he's been punished. My daughter's been punished. And I like to, after they get off punishment, I tell them, hey, what did you learn from this situation? And how can we avoid it from happening again? It doesn't mean that it can't happen again. It doesn't mean that they might not do some things that warrant a punishment. But at the end of the day, how can we all be better? Let's not let the minute that COVID is gone or that we're able to go back outside and now we forget all the things that we were doing. We're all in this together. So that was just my take for 2020. I didn't really want to do a deep dive into that, but that was just a little appetizer because we did not talk about it last week. And, I got to give the people what they want. Got to give the people what they want. All right. No, I probably will not be singing for the rest of these episodes. So there you go. Give it content. All right, so that was your appetizers for this episode 18, entitled, Oh, for Real 2021? All right, so can we get to our entree? Absolutely. Our entree is sponsored by Malone-Clothing.com. So if you want to support and show your allegiance to the show, please go to Malone-Clothing.com. We have official merch from the show, as well as there are other shirts that I've created, other apparel. If you want to buy a sticker, if you want to buy a coffee mug, shout out to, Brittany put me on beat. Brittany Anderson of the Dating University show, she put me on beat for my coffee mug, and I never replaced it. I got to go buy a whole bunch of coffee mugs. I got to go buy my own inventory for my coffee mugs. But I have a whole bunch of coffee mugs. This is coffee season. Okay. And if you are, let me drop this. If you create coffee, send it my way. I love coffee. All right. If you are a coffee vendor and I know you're listening, send it my way, baby. I love coffee. All right. That's enough about that. But make sure you hop on over to Malone-Clothing.com. You can get a sticker. You can get coffee mugs. You can get a hat. You can get all types of shirts, not just that says anything about the show, but just says anything about life. All right. You'll like different things that you see there. That pick out a shirt, pick out some apparel that fits your vibe. So sashay on over, moonwalk over, backflip over, TikTok dance over to Malone-Clothing.com. That is LALONE clothing.com. Feel me? All right. So here's your entree on season 3, episode 18. Oh, for real 2021? All right, man. Okay. So 2021 is not even 21 days in, and 2020 was trying to be tripping. It has been tripping, not trying, or has been. 2021, stop playing games with us. I don't want somebody to unmask 2021 and it really is 2020.2 or 2020 part 2 or the sequel to 2020. No. Or is this the 13th month of 2020? Don't do it, 2021. We expect manifestation. We expect all the wonderful things, all the things that we were promised in 2020. All the things that we're supposed to get. Ain't been outside. Can't ask the waiter for more breadsticks. Huh? I can't do that? So we're not doing this in 2021, okay? But just to recap, man, I just wanted, if you saw the artwork for this episode, listen, man. Recently, one of the biggest stories has been we had terrorist attack. Oh, yeah. See, you know what gets me is that the news, and we all know this, they like to play games. They don't like to put certain things out there because they know how we should respond. Because guess what? If you told me a group of people entered the Capitol aggressively if they were not people that were Caucasian, and it was some other nationality, some other ethnic groups there, like sprinkled in. But if you had told me a mob of people stormed a place, you would immediately think this is a terrorist attack. So I find it odd, not really. I don't really find it odd, but it is odd that we didn't see anything. Nobody said anything about terrorist attack. That's what I saw. I saw a terrorist attack. I saw people enter a place aggressively and steal things out of it. I didn't see the word loot. Look, if you just watch the show, look at the artwork. That person looted an entire podium. Are y'all serious? 2021, are you serious? So if you've been living under a rock, if you just woke up from your cryogenic sleep, go back to sleep. This ain't the year. If you just woke up from a cryogenic nap, go back to sleep. This ain't the year. Don't do it. Go back. All right. So if you've been under a rock, you have not watched the news, whatever. Recently, we've had a terrorist attack. A mob of Trump supporters, because they were upset about the elections, stormed the Capitol in D.C. They stormed the Capitol in D.C. and aggressively went in there, right? They're all up in the congressional seats. They all around. Listen, that was a terrorist attack. And so if you're like me, you saw what happened. And when I saw them at the steps, I said, this is going to end well. Because you know what I thought about before they stormed the Capitol? I thought about, remember when people were talking about going to Area 51? Remember that? When people were like, yo, we're going to go to Area 51. I remember seeing people really believing that they were going to go into a restricted government site and that they were going to just go in there and check out some aliens, be in there. And I would tell people that this would be the first time that we would see a mass amount of people just get eliminated in like one minute. You can Naruto run over there if you want to, and you're going to get eliminated. Now, I'm not really certain that would happen. So if you did not know, for this story, for this context, a group of Trump supporters as well. I mean, most people had MAGA hats on. They were very upset about what happened with the election, and they decided to storm the Capitol in D.C. They went in there. They looted. They sat in the congressional seats. They were looking for all different types of people, and it looks like the security let them. Some people were hurt. One person actually died. No, two people died. One person got shot, and another person, if you've not looked at the news, he was going there. He had guns and he had some tasers. He wound up tasing his private section and going into cardiac arrest and dying. I know you're listening, so you're probably surprised at that long pause. I don't know what to tell you. Probably shouldn't have been in that situation, right? Shouldn't have been in that situation. Maybe you shouldn't have tasers or stun guns so close to your section like that. I don't even stand next to the microwave. And I had a vasectomy. I'm not trying to damage Frankie Bello feature mates. What you doing? All right. So we had a terrorist attack. They stormed the Capitol. They talk about heads on pikes. I know you saw the video of the guy with the MAGA hat on saying, oh, we're going to storm it. And they said, what are we going to do when we get there? Heads on pikes. Wild, man. And I saw security let him in. I mean, security even took, the people there even took selfies with people. You got somebody dressed like Braveheart up in there. You got people really in there being savages in there. And the fortunate thing is that, we didn't have some of the people that were in Congress that were there. I guess they were locked. They were locked away. They were held somewhere else. But what would have happened if they were there? What would have happened if a Nancy Pelosi would have been out there? right? What would have happened if some other, people of Congress or other people like that would have been there? I think it would have got worse. But here's my thing, guys. Colin Kaepernick took a knee. A professional athlete took a knee to do a silent protest. He did not, a silent protest about police brutality. He did not change his color of his shirt his jersey. He didn't really say anything outside of what he was doing this for. And the Patriots, the Captain Americas, who people weren't even standing for the anthem. Let me say this. I used to work at the Ravens Stadium. I used to work there. So all this patriotism, that wasn't really happening when I used to be working there. And I used to see people sitting there eating their hot dogs, drinking their beers. Nobody was doing anything like that. Certainly Colin Kaepernick kneels. Now we're trying to make it that he's offending the troops. He's disrespecting the flag. And I'm like, so when you were eating your pretzel, when the anthem was playing, this wasn't disrespectful? But now all these Captain Americas pop up, and now it's a problem. So I would think that those same people who were full of patriotism, I guess, that they would be up in arms. I remember when some lootings happened, and that's true. It was some lootings that happened during, all of the riots and stuff like that. I remember that there was a woman. Remember this, guys? That there was a woman in a wheelchair. People had sort of looting a Target, and she was standing there. Well, damn. The woman in the wheelchair was not standing anywhere, but she was in the wheelchair trying to defend this Target and was trying to stab people entering a Target, getting stuff. Where was she? Where was all of these people that screamed, that was upset, that protested, that was enraged by people disrespecting America, people disrespecting the flag, being on 10 for being a patriot? I didn't see any of them there defending. I didn't see anyone defending the Capitol, but I would say that those same people were the ones entering it. So right now I would cue you seen that meme or that GIF of the Spider-Man pointing at each other? That's what I saw. I didn't see anything that resembled what has happened during the Black Lives Matter movement. I didn't see it because I saw people using tear gas. People were getting shot with rubber bullets. People were getting arrested. People were getting beat. An old man got pushed to the ground, almost died. I saw that. I saw that when people felt like people were threatening America or when people were trying to protest. I saw that. Now, a little bit about me. I'm all for equality. What's good for the geese is good for the gander. So when I see a group of people storm a place, then I expect those same people to not show restraint, because I didn't see restraint during all this Black Lives Matter. I didn't see restraint. I saw tear gas, rubber bullets. I saw people getting beat and arrested. And I saw people just standing there. I remember that there was a group of guys that wore suits and they could not even, and go check out these reports. They said that they could not even take 4 steps onto the steps of the Capitol. There was another report recently of a woman saying that they were protesting, and they said that they were not allowed to stand more than 5 seconds in these areas. So they had to keep walking around in circles protesting. So I'm a person of equality. So if I see tear gas, all these things which shouldn't happen, but if you feel the need, that if you feel a group of people have done things that protest, that they've protested, and you feel as though they're a threat, then please explain to me why I did not see the same energy and action with these people. I'm okay with someone not getting shot. I don't want anybody to get shot. But the same restraint that I seen for people, you got a whole person dressed up in spiritual makeup. They are entering a government building, and nothing happened. They entered a government building, and nothing happened. You have officers standing by, standing down, and they were told. If you look at some of the reports, people that are a part of it have said, hey, they were told. And I see restraint. Where was that same restraint a couple of months back? Where was that? Where was that cool-headedness, apparently? You got a dude took a whole podium out. What do you do with that podium? The first thing I thought was, man, the fantasy football announcements are going to be lit in this person's house. Now you see, hey, they got them plastered on the TV, and they're like, oh, we looking for these people. Where was the same energy? Where, Patriots, where are you? Because y'all had a lot to say. When people wrote Black Lives Matter on streets, people purposely came out of their homes with paint to try to erase it. You have people that were offended if a business said Black Lives Matter. You had people try to twist the words around because Black Lives Matter is not excluding other people. We're just saying, hey, Black Lives Matter too. But no, apparently they don't, because I saw officers letting people just walk in. I saw a black officer tell people to stand down, and they just kept walking and walking and walking up in there. They walked 3 flights of steps. I know the internet is small. Your phone might be a little small, but I'm a 6'8", 320-pound black man. When an officer stops me, I immediately, because I have tinted windows on my car, I have to roll down. I roll down my windows, regardless of the weather. I roll down my windows. I turn on my dome light. I put my hands on the steering wheel, and that's it. Could not have done anything, or maybe speeded. Sometimes I speed. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I do speed. Sometimes I get out of there. But when I'm there, I want to make sure that the officer feels safe. I want to make sure that I don't end up on the news, that I'm not a hashtag, that I'm not on somebody's shirt. And guess what, guys? Even if I've done all those things, and I'll say this, I've never, in any of these situations where I've been stopped by an officer. Well, no, one time I got stopped by an officer, and I had my hands on the steering wheel. I rolled all my windows down. I looked forward, and I answered him. It wasn't aggressive. I answered yes, no, and his response was relax. I didn't even respond. Some people that are not 6'8", 315, 20, 25, I don't know. Some people that are not my size have the ability to get out of a car when an officer stops them. I am 40. I'll be 41 in February. I've been driving since about 18. I've been stopped. I have never, ever, 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 ever gotten out of a car when an officer stopped me, unless they told me to get out of the car. And I saw with my own 4 eyes. Oh my God. I can't believe I made that joke. I saw with my own eyes people entering a government building. You can't even do that in a state building. I saw people enter a government building unmolested, unbothered, full of entitlement. And I saw them being able to do it. I did not see the energy, effort, or aggressiveness that I have seen people who do not present that type of energy. We have seen people die. We have seen officers eliminate people for less. It's wild, man. 2021. Don't do this. Right? Don't. 2021. We need you to be. You ever get out of a relationship with somebody and then the next person comes along, you're like, oh, you're a breath of fresh air. 2021, we need you to be that. Okay? We need you. We can't. We don't want you to be the person that says, oh, I'm not like the other guys, and you the king of the other guys. Or a woman says, oh, I'm not like them. Yes, you are. You're the poster child for this. You're the executive producer of this. Don't do this 2021. We're tired, man. And it's just, I'm not gonna it's like I really this isn't gonna be a episode where, you know, hey, you learn something outside of, hey, this is crazy. It's disgusting to see that. I'm not saying that there should have been violence, but you had Paul Blart and top flight security guarding the Capitol. When Black Lives Matter were walking around, listen, you had, and you can't even call the National Guard. And then when they said, hey, we requested National Guard, they said no. Why? Keep the same energy. I'm just stunned. I'm not even stunned. I'm just disgusted at seeing people just be able to just feel like they could just do whatever they want, and they can. Meanwhile, another culture, another ethnic background, maybe somebody who has a hue the same as mine, you could be wearing a suit. You could be doing everything you need to do. You could be saying all the right things. You could be doing all the right things. And you're out of here. And people will be saying, say her name, say his name. How many times? And you know what gets me? The person who died, not going to say their name on the show, the person who got shot in the Capitol tweeted that they're not going to stop us. And while she got stopped, it still doesn't take away from the fact that people of that idea, they really don't. They don't believe they're going to get stopped. And I see a nation that support that. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here saying, wait a minute. So officers can show restraint? So we can de-escalate without unholstering your weapon? We can talk to people? No tear gas? No tanks? No batons? No arrests? Just people walking, just take a moment. With my son and daughter, I look to be equal. Of course, the conversations I may have with them may be different as they get older because Logan is going to be a young man and Lauren's going to be a young woman. And so the conversations, some conversations may be different. But I look to treat them equally. So if one of them does something, I make sure I hold them accountable, regardless of who did it. Somebody's getting held accountable. I'm not going to say, well, hey, it's okay for you, kid A, and then if kid B does it, I'm going off. So hopefully, man, you know, that was just 2020, just trying to do one last thing, and then we can move on. So let's just keep being positive, making sure we educate ourselves, make sure we support each other. Let's make sure that we don't let 2021 be a repeat of 2020. 2021, listen, man, you got to chill. I got to text you. You got to chill, man. You can't be out here in the streets like that. We need you to be lit. Okay? We need you to be lit. So, all right, guys. Hey, man. That's the end of this episode. All right. So hopefully you took something away from that. This is one of those episodes. I can't sit here and watch TV and be like, what the hell? What? And nothing happened? What message do I tell my kids? What message do I tell the juveniles that I work with? What message are we sending people that saw this and nothing happened? All right, so that is okay. Officially, that is the end of this show, man. All right, so let's make sure that we make 2021 the best year ever. And with that being said, guess what? You still have time to book, to register for your ticket to the amazing workshop I have entitled "Best Year Ever." And this workshop is going to be offering you information, education, motivation for you to be able to get what you want this year. All right. Tickets are available now. I also will, if you're watching this on YouTube, I also make sure that I put a link to the comments below. All right. You can check out this episode as well as all the other episodes. Binge watch these episodes, man. Binge watch these episodes by heading on over to See.Plan.Do.com. All right. Like, share, and subscribe. Hey, follow me on all social media platforms. Okay. If you are looking to be a person on this show, you want to promote your books, your services, your goods, anything that you're offering. I have promotional opportunities available. You get some of this promotions. Get some of this promotional work. Okay. All right. I have different slots available. So definitely reach out to me. Again, you can use the link in the comment section below, or you can just hit me up on the site, See.Plan.Do.com. All right. If you are looking to support this awesome show, a lot of people are not surprised, but they really are pleasantly surprised at how I do this show if they have not listened or watched this show. And I say thank you. And they ask me, how can I support you? And I say, outside of liking, sharing, subscribing, hey, man, you can be a Patreon supporter for the price of a cup of coffee, for the price of, a meal. You can greatly, support this show. And I appreciate every person. I give you different perks. All right. I bought some stuff today. I have some more equipment that I just recently bought. So after this episode, I'll be trying all of it out. So for my Patreon viewers, you're going to see some of that new equipment used. And then I'll let everybody else know. So you can do that. There's links all on the See.Plan.Do website. Please make sure you support this show, and as well as support other amazing dope podcasts. All right. And last but certainly not least, thank you for watching this show. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for streaming this show, sharing, liking, subscribing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Thank you for all that you do. You are the best part of the show, right? You are the best part of the show. I mean, I add a part, right? The Ravens add a part, right? But you are the best part of the show. So keep being you, keep being dope, keep being amazing. And so until we see each other again, man, and we'll see each other soon. All right. Until we talk again. And of course we'll talk. We'll probably talk right after this episode, right? And until we share those special, special moments again, always remember to see what you want to do. Plan it out and do it. All right. Man, your life coach loves you, man. I got mad love for you. Feel me? So, all right, until we see each other again. All right, same bat time, same bat time. Hey, pull your mask up, shorty. Ravens won. Steelers, I don't know. All right, bye, guys.